This is Fluency Module 3, Lesson 28, and we're going to continue working with multiplying and dividing by tens, hundreds, thousands, so that you can understand how that pattern works. So the first thing we're starting off with here is multiplying 3 tens times 1. Well, 3 tens times 1 gives you 3 tens, and 3 tens is equal to 30. So it's the same thing as saying 30 times 1. 3 tens times 1 10 gives you 3 hundreds. And that's the same thing as 30 times 10, which is also 300. Another thing to keep in mind as we're doing this is that as we have zeros following these numbers, we could just say 3 times 1, and then we see how many zeros we have, and we've got 2, so we're there. 3 tens times 2 tens would give us 5 hundreds. I'm sorry, not 5, 6, I added. We get the 6 from multiplying 3 times 2. We get the 100 from 10 times 10, which is hundreds. So that's the same thing as saying 30 times 20, which is 600. Right, so on this page, I want you to do these on your own. I want you to go through them. So stop the video, go through them, see if you can do them on your own, and then come back to the video and see if what you got is the same as what I'm going to say. All right, so I'll give you a second to pause. All right, so now you're back with me after you've done this work yourself. 30 times 30. Again, I can look at those first 2 digits and say, well, that's 9. I've got 1, 2 zeros, so it's 90s. It's the same as 3 tens times 3 tens, which is 9 hundreds. 30 times 50, again, the same thing as 3 tens times 5 tens, which is 15 hundreds. 20 times 1, I hope you know that. You should have gotten 20. 20 times 10, or 2 tens times 1 10, gives you 2 hundreds. 20 times 20, we multiply the 2 and the 2, gives us the 4, and our zeros there from 400. 20 times 40 should have given you 800, and 30 times 40, well, 3 times 4, 3 tens times 4 tens gives you 12 hundreds. And there we are on that page. Hopefully that all made sense and you got the same answers there. Let's look at the next page. Now we're going to switch to division. It's going to work the same way. 8 divided by 2, or how many 2's are in 8? Well, we know that that's 4. 80 divided by 2, or 8 tens divided by 2, gives us 4 tens, which is 40. 8 hundreds divided by 2 gives us 4 hundreds, and 8 thousands divided by 2 gives us 4,000. Notice the pattern there with our zeros, and it's very, very similar to what we were doing with multiply. 150 divided by 5, well, that's 15 tens divided by 5 gives us 3 tens, which is 30. 12 hundreds divided by 3 gives us 4 hundreds. 28 hundreds divided by 4 gives us 700. 21 tens divided by 3 gives us 7 tens. And 36 tens divided by 4 gives us 9 tens. I just realized that I didn't tell you to turn to pause your video, so I hope that you did that on your own, because otherwise you just watched me do all the work and didn't necessarily learn anything. But the great thing about those zeros is that you can kind of ignore them and go with the digits that are in front to help you with make the division sentence a little bit easier, and the division equation. All right, these last two, as you're looking at 200 divided by 5, you could look at that. These are a little trickier because you've got these extra zeros. Well, we know you can't say 2 divided by 5, but you could say 20 tens divided by 5, right? And 20 tens divided by 5 would give us 4 tens, which would give us 40. So think about that on the second one. I want you to do that one first on your own. The 3,000 divided by 5. How can you think of that? All right, we can look at it as 30 hundreds divided by 5. Well, 30 divided by 5 is 6, and then we put in our hundreds. So we've got 6 hundreds. All right, the last slide here, we're going to practice our skip counting. We are going to do 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s. We'll go all the way up to the multiple of 10 for all of those, and then we'll go back down. So let's start here with 6s to 60. Try and say it with me. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. We've made it all the way up to 60. Let's go back down from 60. 60, 54, 48, 42, 36, 30, 24, 18, 12, 6. All right, I made it. I hope you did too. That might have been one of the first times I made it without a mistake. Let's do 7s up to 70. So we're going to do our multiples of 7. Remember that as you're counting by 7 or counting by 6 or counting by whatever number, you're actually naming multiples of that number. So we're going to name multiples of 7 up to 70. So here we go. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. So we've made it all the way up to 70 with our multiples, and now we're going to go backwards. 70, 63, 56, 49, 42, 35, 28, 21, 14, 7. Alrighty, are you ready for those 8s? I think 7s is the hardest, but maybe 8s. Let's go with 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. And back down now from 80, these with our multiples of 8. 80, 72, 64, 56, 48, 40, 32, 24, 16, 8. All right, and that was our 8s. And let's look at our 9s to 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. All right, up to 90, and let's go back down with our multiples of 9. 90, 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, 36, 27, 18, and 9. Remember that there are obviously many more multiples of each of these numbers beyond 60, 70, 80, 90, but we're only going up to 10 times that number. So the multiples are the numbers that when you're basically skip counting, and factors are the numbers you multiply together to equal those numbers. All right, I hope that was a day that you were able to, today you understood everything we were doing, and we will see you tomorrow.